I don't think this is the first time. I think they went for him before. Lord, he is an ugly man too. You are not handsome, not one bit, sir. You just ugh. You just look like a ugh. You just ugh. You're the human platypus, in my opinion, right now. That's what you are. Ugh. Anyways, Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer convicted of unaliving George Floyd in May 2020, has been transferred to a new federal prison. On Tuesday, August 20th, Chauvin was transferred to Federal Correction Institute, Big Spring in Texas, a spokesperson on the Federal Bureau of Prisons told People. The move comes after Chauvin survived a November 23 by another inmate at the Federal Correctional Institution in Tucson, Arizona. Suspected attacker John Tursak has been accused of Chauvin 22 times with an improvised knife. Tursak allegedly told investigators that he attacked Chauvin on a Black Friday as a symbolic connection to the Black Lives Matter movement and the Mexican mafia gang's Black Hand symbol. He is facing several federal charges, including attempted unaliving, assault with an intent to commit unaliving, assault with a dangerous weapon, and assault resulting in serious bodily injury. I have no comments. On May 25th, 2020, Chauvin pinned his knee to Floyd's neck for roughly 9 minutes, unaliving the 46-year-old Black man, and that's why I have no comments. Chauvin was sentenced in 2021 to 22.5 years in state prison on charges of unaliving and manslaughter in connection to Floyd's unaliving. He also pleaded guilty to violating Floyd's civil rights and was sentenced to 21 years in federal prison. The former officer is serving the sentences concurrently. Jackasses. You do realize what that means. He's supposed to do about 40. 43, 44.5, somewhere around that area, but he's doing only 20. You motherfuckers. You ain't right. That's why everybody keep taking. Man, do it right and give him 40. Then they'll stop taking, aims at him. That'll happen. I promise you. That's what will happen if y'all stop that. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, we still got a little bit more. Y'all, Lord have mercy. Y'all remember Jackass I reported on last week, who already was in trouble for dressing up that poor girl and handcuffing her because she was sleepy? Well, they're gonna put a lawsuit on his ass. That's basically what it is. Let's check this out. And then the smoke got me. Judge faces lawsuit after handcuffing teen who fell asleep in courtroom. Good for you, jackass. A Michigan judge is facing a lawsuit after he ordered a teenager to wear handcuffs and a jail uniform for falling asleep in his court during a field trip, per NBC News. On Wednesday, August 21st, a lawsuit was filed on behalf of the 15-year-old girl who was visiting Detroit's 36th District Court with Greening of Detroit, an environmental nonprofit earlier this month, when Judge Kenneth King ordered her to put on a jail jumpsuit and handcuffs. Could somebody tell me around when do you assholes in government and justice start to get high off your own shit? That's all I want to know. Because I see there's a trend. Y'all get this holier than thou. I can't be touched. You can't say shit about me. My shit don't sink attitude. What's up with that, please? Could you tell me, please? Please and thank you, because I don't understand this. This is a Black man, too. So it's not like I'm trying to pick on him because he's white or anything. I'll pick on anybody if they full of shit, and this is full of shit right here, god dang it. The lawsuit accuses King of malicious prosecution, false arrest, and false imprisonment, among other allegations. Can a judge even imprison a child? I just want to know. Do they have the power to arrest someone? This is a very troubling case, James Harrington, one of the lawyers who filed the suit, said in a statement. We had a member of our bench denigrate, humiliate, intimidate, and essentially incarcerate. Who the hell are you, Jesse Jackson? A 15-year-old child. During the courtroom field trip, the 15-year-old teen unintentionally expressed her disinterest in the proceedings by nodding off. Yeah, he does. He deserves a punch in the face. Real talk. He really needs that too. The teen describing her, okay, so nodding off, the lawsuit states King then publicly berated and humiliated the teen, describing her as a juvenile delinquent, according to the suit. The teen apologized before falling asleep again. The suit states King told her to use the bathroom because of what he had in store for her. When the girl returned to the courtroom, she was ordered to put on a jail uniform and handcuffs and then taken to a holding cell. Okay, you know what? I was in the military. I went through boot camp and we had to go to classes. Those were some boring ass classes, but we had to stay awake. And if you didn't stay awake, you know what happens? You got told to stand up. That's it. You got warned once, you got warned twice. After that, you were told to stand the fuck up. Now that's the military. How the hell are you a judge and able to put this girl in this situation? What kind of shit is that? Because they think they're above the law. Yeah, they do. The teenager's mom said her daughter was tired during the field trip because her family had been jumping between housing. I told y'all, the child is homeless. Following an investigation, King was removed from his docket. Court officials also said King would have to undergo mandatory training. The lawsuit seeks compensation for mental anguish, humiliation, and medical treatment. I do believe she has agoraphobia now. Thank you, sir. You just fucked up your own damn people. It hurts even worse when it's your own fucking people. It really does. But anyways, I'm not sure if this next story is good, admirable, or you shouldn't have started it in the first damn place. But before I do that, let me go ahead and do my commercial one more time. Like I said, I don't know. My mods have lives. I'm not going to really put anything on them because I'm not even big enough to pay them. So you know what it is. So let me go ahead and do my commercial. And as always, if you like what I'm doing or if you have some suggestions and you come at me the right way, I actually will listen to a suggestion. Please don't come at me trying to insult me or be a troll because I really ain't got time for that. And I'm not going to pay you any breath. So if you have suggestions that you would like me to maybe incorporate so I could improve and maybe grow, let me know. If you like what I'm doing, hit the like and maybe even subscribe. Maybe later when I actually find a stable setting, I'll be able to do more material and get out maybe some merch. But for right now, a subscribe or a like would really be the best for me. Thank you. Here we go with the next commercial. How the hell am I still muted and people can hear me?
It's me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay, that's my girl, that's my mascot. Little ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turn.
Remember when I told you that it hurts worse when it's your own people doing it against your own people? Well, here we go again. Former Memphis police officer changes plea to guilty in Tyree Nichols beating unaliving. When I say this, I mean all police officers need to be vetted. I don't mean the melanated deficient ones. I don't mean just the Asian ones. I mean every single one of these crazy motherfuckers who are given power over someone else needs to be vetted. They need to ass vetted because this shit ain't right. So this was reported 2 days ago. Second former Memphis police officer they said changed, but it's charged. Oh, yeah, he changed his plea. Changed his plea to guilty on Friday in connection to alleged civil rights violations that ended in the beating unaliving of Tyree Nichols. Change of plea for former officer Emmett Martin was entered in the courtroom of U.S. District Judge Mark Norris in Memphis, with prosecutors saying they'll ask for a 40-year sentence. Okay, so you gave him 40 years, but Chauvin gets 22 concurrently. What the fuck? The former police officer pleaded guilty to using excessive force and witness tampering. Back in November, another former Memphis officer, Desmond Mill Jr., changed his plea to guilty to federal charges of excessive force and obstruction of justice. What's this? Oh, okay. The defendants agreed to cooperate with prosecutors and face up to 15 years behind bars. It was good to finally hear him admit the guilt, the victim's mother, Rovon Wells, told Chauvin, okay, told reporters outside court. For them to plead guilty is something. I feel like we're going the right direction, accepting responsibility. The grieving mother said she recently found an old text message, the last one she ever exchanged with Nichols. She had asked him to bring home some red licorice, and her son dutifully said yes. Oh, I love red licorice. This is very difficult. I have 4 children. One of my kids is gone now because of the Memphis Police Department. Well said. Tyree was just coming home. He was minding his own business, and he was just coming home. You look like the devil, sir. You really do. Disgusting. The 29-year-old Nichols unalived in the hospital several days following a traffic stop on January 7, 2023. Several Memphis police officers were recorded on cameras kicking, punching, and hitting him with a baton. Martin's defense lawyer, Stephen Ross Johnson, said his client is accepting responsibility for his actions. What do you want, a cookie? You shouldn't have done it in the first place. Emmett Martin was driven by anger when on January 7th of 2023, he admits he had violated Mr. Nichols' civil rights and used excessive force. Johnson said he was driven by fear when he later attempted to cover that up. Fear of consequences of what he had done, which he should have never done in the first place. The other officers, to Darius Bean, who named you? Demetrius Haley and Justin Smith have pleaded not guilty to federal and state charges connected to Nichols, who was black. All 5 officers who are also black were put on administrative leave before they were eventually fired. You should have been fired and arrested, all of y'all. I don't give a damn what race you are. You sat up there and unalived someone because you got high on your own shit. The dominoes are starting to fall. Family lawyer Ben Crump, of course, said, we expect other officers to also do the same. The unaliving of Nichols was among several deadly confrontations in the early 2020s that shine new light on police use of force against black people. His name is often mentioned in the same breath as George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Dante Wright. Officers reportedly pulled over Nichols for reckless driving, but Memphis police later said there was no evidence to support a stop. Nichols fled on foot, and then officers caught up with him. It's like a cat chasing a mouse, and y'all are disgusting for it. The young man was just a block away from where his mother and stepfather lived. He was kicked in the head and beaten with batons as he called out for his mother, video showed. Despite extensive video, Crump said he's never confident there will be convictions against police. You know, this is not something we ever take for granted, that police officers will be held accountable and sentenced to real prison time for unaliving black people in America, he said. Normally, we see a slap on the wrist. The former officer is scheduled to be sentenced on December 5th. Will somebody please get these other assholes, please? Because this is ridiculous. All of y'all need to be going to jail. All of y'all. You should have never stopped the boy. He was minding his own damn business. What were you, bored? I don't get it. I just don't get it. They get on my damn nerves every time they do this shit. I just don't get it. But anyways, oh god dang it, this internet. Anyways, you know how I do. Exactly. They should be. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm so sick and tired of this shit. And the first thing they want to think is it's a race thing. No, it's not really a race thing. It's a lot of black people getting pew-pewed, but it's not all black cops. It's not all white cops. Some of these assholes are black cops too. Let me just point it out and say it once again. I don't know about all of them, but most of the police force is a fucking gang, okay? That's a brotherhood. They're gonna they do initiations and they use innocent people, okay? Think about that.